Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Sekou Kenneth. Today is another day, it's a new day. Today is Tuesday, July 25th, 2023, and it's the eve of our Independence Day. July 26th is the Independence Day of Liberia. We want to say pre-independence celebration to all of us, all Liberians, from all walks of life. We want to encourage you to go ahead and share the show. Today we are going to be analyzing Mr. Cummings' nation address. Alexander Cummings, the standard bearer for the collaborating political parties, he addressed the nations today on the eve of our independence. It's very, very important. The message is huge. The message is very much loaded, but we will dive into it. We will give you detailed analysis as to what the message entails. It's important that you share the show. I will take this time to welcome all of you. Yes, Bless Sompon Patu, welcome to SKTV. And Zoe, welcome to SKTV. Joseph Kamara, welcome to SKTV. Regina Wilson. Ruth Pangba, also, we are here. Uncle Musa Sharif is here. A lot of people that joined us already. We want to encourage all of you to share the show. It's going to be very, very, very interesting conversation. Yeah. So what we'll do, while you share the show, we'll play the video, the speech from Mr. Cummings while you share the show. And then we'll come back, we'll give detailed analysis on what we hear or we heard today. The speech is very loaded. We have to pay attention. Pay attention to what is in the message. We will come to talk about the analysis of the message.
118 years older than Singapore, 101 years older than the state of Israel, and 110 years older than the Republic of Ghana. Our country inspired these countries and assisted others to become independent. Yet, as we celebrate our age, we are ranked amongst the poorest and most corrupt nations on earth. Although we are blessed with so much natural wealth, yet we are so very poor. Too many of our people live in unacceptable conditions of poverty and are continuing to die from preventable and treatable illnesses. Liberia is blessed with fertile soil and good weather, yet we cannot feed ourselves. The educational system is a shameful mess. The healthcare system is a disgrace, and the justice system is a joke. We cannot even trust the government to fairly investigate and impartially interpret our laws. Under President Weah, our country has become increasingly lawless. Lawlessness is a serious threat to democracy and a risk to any nation's stability and security. Our peace is shaky. Too many Liberians are living in fear. Too many are jobless, and too many are without employable skills. Things are bad and are getting worse. Homes are breaking down. Families are falling apart. Children are forced to become breadwinners as drugs and crimes take over our streets and our communities. Women and girls continue to struggle for protection from crimes such as rape. and are excluded in our national decision making. Our nation is struggling with political insecurity and economic fragility. We are in serious trouble, my people. Very, very serious trouble. International financial institutions are keeping us on economic life support. All across the country and in every political party, Nigerians are suffering. Serious international investors are not finding our country to be a suitable destination for investments under President Biya. The government is corrupt, wasteful, divisive, irresponsible, and cannot be trusted to obey its own laws. Even worse, the Biya administration does not know what it is doing and cannot inspire a reset of the nation's compass so that we find our way to a bright and united future. Under President Biya, our country is adrift. We have lost our way. Admittedly, Liberia's decline did not begin with President Biya. However, every good thing this administration inherited, it has effectively made bad. And every bad thing, including corruption, that it inherited, it has made historically worse. Our country is a drug haven. Our diplomatic passports are possessed by international criminals. Our democracy is under threat. Lawlessness abounds, and our government system is overtaken by cronyism, incompetence, and stalking dictatorship. As if this is not dangerous enough, starved of new ideas and vision, some political leaders are deepening the wounds of our fractured nation and lowering our politics into an appeal to tribal and religious divisions. Liberians of every tribe and religion are suffering the mismanagement of our country and the result of a corrupt leadership. Now is not the time to fuel tribal tensions or to divide our people. And so, if any political leader wants to take us backward, they should know that Liberians desire to move forward. Talk about tribe, but our people want to talk about fixing the economy so that they can find good and decent paid jobs. Talk about dialect, but our people want us to fix their roads, fix their schools, and fix the hospitals. Liberians of all tribes want to see their lives improved. And so, if we have no new ideas about how to fix our country and stop the suffering of our people, please go sit down. Keep quiet. And let us who know what to do speak about the solution we have for our country. My fellow Liberians, I have worked in many foreign capitals around the world and have built accountable systems. I have led teams comprising citizens of many different countries. I know that citizens of other nations are not smarter than we are. Our country is richly blessed, including with competent and qualified citizens who can properly manage our country and lead us to a new future of unity and shared prosperity. Liberia is rich in talent and human capacity. My fellow Liberians, I have worked in many foreign capitals around the world and have built accountable systems. I have led teams comprising citizens of many different countries. I know that citizens of other nations are not smarter than we are. Our country is richly blessed, including with competent and qualified citizens who can properly manage our country and lead us to a new future of unity and shared prosperity. Liberia is rich in talent and human capacity. I see them in every political party and across all tribes. I see them in every religion. I see them across the Liberian diaspora. We will work with everyone, irrespective of differences in tribe, gender, religion, and political party affiliation. All we require is a new mindset of high integrity and a commitment to public accountability, which I will lead by example to fix the broken systems. For me, real change is not a meaningless political slogan. This is because I refuse to agree that we must continue to accept low standards, incompetence, and lack of integrity in the leadership of our society and our country. I refuse to accept that Liberians are cursed to be poor and corrupt, and that it is okay for our political leaders to continue to corruptly negotiate away our natural resources so that we have increasingly become a rent-seeking and dependent nation. I refuse to accept that after shipping out our rubber, diamonds, iron ore, gold, our communities still need to be without first-class schools, our hospitals without modern technology and equipment, and our roads continue to be unpaved and impassable. We have to fix our country. I strongly disagree that we must continue to outsource the responsibilities of our government to other nations and international organizations. Of course, we will need and we do need international assistance, but we do not need others to do for us what we can and should do for ourselves. Liberia is not cursed by God to have corrupt leaders and poor people. I'm running for president to change these things. I'm running to stop the mismanagement of our country. I'm running to change the selfish, greedy, corrupt, exclusionary mindset that continues to keep us poor, our government corrupt, and our people divided. All Liberians own Liberia. All Liberians own Liberia. All Liberians deserve to benefit from the riches of Liberia. I promise you that this mindset will be the guidepost for all our public policies, actions of the Cummings Bronstein-led government. My fellow citizens, although Liberia is old, our population is young. Our young people are our nation's greatest asset. Our youthful population is dynamic, talented, and ambitious. Therefore, the key to unlocking the vast potential of our country. Real change is about empowering young people to be the torchbearers of hope and leaders of a new, inclusive, and progressive society. Young people need to believe that hard work pays off and that success is possible if anyone is willing to work for it. at our STEM school and across many of our institutions of learning, I see that with just a little help, with the right mindset to work in pursuit of excellence, our children can reach heights in life that many parents could not reach. This is the case with Fombe F. Tule, a young Liberian who delivered his valedictorian speech entirely in Mandarin at the graduation program of the USX class of 2023. You know, Mandarin is one of the most complicated languages in the world. And a Liberian delivered the valedictorian, that means you were first in class, in Mandarin, in China. Fombe is the first foreign student to teach a writing class of over 4,500 Chinese students. The same is true of a 9-year-old Liberian, Trey Clements, who is being celebrated as one of the best basketball players in his age group in the United States. All across our country, there are Liberians with talents and special gifts that we must find and assist to become the best that they can be, not just in Liberia, but in and around the world. My people, our young people are the link to the future we seek. This is why all of us must be very concerned about the growing drug epidemic that is sweeping our nation, undermining our nation's future and killing our children. Such is this inhumane crime that is mostly targeting our young people, that nowhere, not even school campuses, appear to be safe and off limits to the drug peddlers and their enablers. Today, let me put the drug traffickers and enablers on notice. We will come after you for what you are doing to our children and to the future of our country. Stop now, because under a Cummings Addresses-led government, there will be no hiding place for drug traffickers except in our prisons. And to those who are already addicted, help is on the way. Under President Weah, drug traffickers are right to feel protected. The Weah-led government has done a lot of bad, corrupt, and incompetent things. But to have mismanaged the $100 million drug bust prosecution the way it did, it will effectively conspire against the interests of our nation and its children. For this government to set the drug traffickers free is an unforgiving national sin. It is a disgrace of historic proportions. They say curse is upon the dog that only barks after the road has left. Curse also is upon the government that will declare a so-called state of emergency on drugs after helping cocaine traffickers to freely walk away. My fellow Liberians, there are two common traits that every Liberian has been blessed to possess. Firstly, we are resilient. That means we're tough. That means we're strong. We are resilient. However difficult the situation may be, we always find a way to make it through. Secondly, we are blessed with an entrepreneurial spirit. That means we know how to manage. That means we know how to wheel and deal. We are natural entrepreneurs. We know how to hustle. Those who say Liberians cannot do business are wrong and do not really know us. I was educated and learned about business from my mother, who saw women undergarments. Like me, many have gained education because their parents, especially their mothers, sold bread, beer ball, palm oil, kerosene, among other things, to send them to school. Small businesses and our spirit of entrepreneurship have seen unborn families grow out of poverty and develop into prominence. Small businesses are the backbone of our economy. This is why, for us, fixing the economy means growing small businesses and allowing Liberian entrepreneurs and entrepreneurial spirit to grow. Through the collective efforts of small businesses, we will realize the true potential of inclusive economic growth and social upliftment. Under Cummings leadership, Liberian women, especially those doing business, do not need to worry about loans to grow their businesses because we will not rest. We will not rest until we graduate Liberian waiter markets into becoming shops. And push Liberian shop owners to become owners of stores. We want to see Liberian petty traders become wholesalers, distributors, and importers. There is nothing wrong with a Liberian getting rich through hard work and honesty. We will raise the bar. We will encourage Liberians to think big. We will not settle for failures of Liberians' dreams in their own country. If a Liberian is willing to work hard under a common government, we will make it easy and possible for the Liberian to succeed. This too is what we are determined to fix about our country. From sports to business, from science to arts, success in Liberia will not be a privilege for only a few. It will be a real possibility for all who are willing to try. We will provide access to resources, mentorship, and financial support to turn ideas and dreams of Liberians into reality. We will foster technological advancements to bridge the digital divide so as to launch our country into real 21st century transformation. We will challenge our universities and institutions of higher learning to undertake research. We must expand the creativity, imagination, and innovation of professors and students. Through support for research and development, we will push to break new grounds and to find homegrown and sustainable solutions to challenges, including in medicine, manufacturing, nutrition, and food security. My people, 176 years after we declared ourselves an independent nation, the time has come to make another declaration. A declaration to fix Liberia. This is because no child needs to go to bed hungry.
Yes.
No school needs to be abandoned into being substandard. And no public hospital needs to be without medicines, modern technology, and equipment to tend to the sick and prevent the outbreak of diseases. With a new mindset and the right leadership, which we will provide, we will open Liberia to serious international investors. We will create decent paying jobs and stop the reliance on government to be the biggest employer in our economy. We will grow the economy by growing the private sector and actually increasing the budget so that more will go to those who deserve it the most, and not as currently structured, where the president, vice president, speaker, pro-chair, and deputy speaker take out more from the national budget than schools and hospitals. This one, not my area. We will fix it. Finally, my people, there really is a lot we need to do beginning in the next 6 years to fix our country, to fix Liberia. The next 6 years do not have to be like the last 6 years. The heartbreaking poverty of Liberians we are seeing everywhere in our country, the mismanagement and corruption in government, and the repeated neglect and abandonment of the Liberian people by those elected to serve them must not be allowed to continue. None of the exclusions, inequalities, and injustices Liberians are confronting today need to be the reality of our children and grandchildren tomorrow. We must and will fix our country. The real work to change the direction of our country and improve the living conditions of our people, which must be led by the president, is a difficult one for which leaders need to be physically ready, mentally strong. We are ready. I am ready. I did not come to politics to get rich. I came for change. After a successful career in the private sector, I have come to join the honest efforts of others to change our country for the betterment of all Liberians, If all of us just set aside and give our country only to the politicians who are looking to take care of themselves and their families, nothing will change in our country. A lot has happened to me since I started raising my voice for change. I have been lied on, conspired against, falsely prosecuted. But God knows the intentions of my heart. And so He has steadily guided me and continues to protect me from those who do not want things to change because they believe that time has come to chop the elephant meat. Even if Liberia were before the elephant meat, Liberia is no longer that. Plus, the only time that is upon us now is the time for change. Our country is bleeding. Liberians are suffering. This is why it is not enough that we want to change parties in October. We must elect the right leadership to inspire a change in mindset if we are serious to lift Liberians from poverty. We must make Liberia a better place for all Liberians. With faith in God and support of you, the Liberian people, we will fix our country. We will change Liberia. Our country is down, but we can lift Liberia up again. I promise you, Liberia will rise again. Our nation is fractured, but we can be healed, reconciled, and united. We can find ourselves again, not as tribesmen and women, but as equal citizens. We have fallen behind other nations, but we can run and must run faster to not only catch up, but to surpass them. Yes. We can do this, my people. We can do this. After all, we are Liberians. There is nothing we cannot do with the right leadership and mindset. I am ready. Councillor Bronskin is ready. I know that Liberians are ready. Because if we do not fix Liberia, who will fix it for us? If we do not fix it now, when will we fix it? Real change is coming. Liberia deserves better. Liberians deserve better. God bless you. God bless Liberia.
That's the voice of Mr. Alexander B. Cummings, the standard bearer of the CPP.
That was Mr. Alexander B. Cummings, the presidential candidate. We call it the standard bearer of the collaborating political parties. We told you we're going to bring you the speech, and we'll give you, bring you a detailed analysis of the speech. Mabel and the folks in Liberia, I want to take this time to welcome all of you to SKTV. I think it was a brilliant speech. We will dive into the details of the speech. We will, discuss some of the meat within the speech. And there was some little, attack here and there from him, directly to indirectly, to sometimes some directly to the incumbent, also to one of the major opponents. But I think overall the speech is, I think it's a great speech. And the timing. There are many of you here watching, listening. Some of you are already being dismissive even before the speech is concluded, because there are some that don't listen with their ears. There are some that comes here purposely to not only to be dismissive, but to be a distraction, from the real issue. I heard some of them saying, so sweet talks. I heard somebody saying, Cummings is not going anywhere. I think this message is not about who's going somewhere, who's not going anywhere. I think this is a message that somebody who's running to be president, addressing the nation and the people on a very important moment, like the independence of our nation. If you look at the speech, I jot down a few points that I'm going to be elaborating on later on. He talked about how Liberia is one of the oldest nations that contributed to the growth of other countries, but yet Liberia remains among the poorest nations in the world. He talked about politicians who may not have answer to Liberia's problem, that have no idea about what they're talking about. Let him listen to people who know what they're talking about. They should be quiet and sit down somewhere. And he talked about drugs. He talked about how the drug issue is affecting our country. And he said, under Cummings and Bronsky's administration, drug dealers will have no resting place. The only resting place drug dealers will have under his administration will be in the jailhouse. That's one area too I jot down. We'll talk about that. He talked about how the people in the legislature, the House of Representatives and the Senate, they are getting more money than the Ministry of Health, Education. Largely, he's saying that the people we call lawmakers are taking a big chunk of our money for themselves and forgetting about the people that elected them to serve. He talked about he didn't come to the presidency to be rich. We will dig into that as well. And then he said, in conclusion, amidst all the challenges and everything going on in the country, he said Liberia will rise again. If you find nothing tangible in this speech, then you need to go visit a psychiatrist, because you must have some brain dead. Because if your brain is not functioning properly, you have nothing to capture substance or substantive issues, then something is not right with you. And I am not saying you are stupid, but I'm saying maybe something is not working properly, where you need to go see a doctor to work on you. Because let me tell you something, politics, you may support whoever you want to support, but it makes you a human being if you can accept the truth, even without supporting the person. You can accept the goodness of somebody without supporting or voting for them. In America here, both Democrats, Republican, and Independents, when the president speaks, when the president is talking about important issues that represent the general interest of the country and the people, they will all rise and clap. They're not doing it for the president. They're not doing it for the speaker, but they are doing it for the substance that is in it for the people in the country. But if this one does not wake you up, then your brain is dead. We will dig deeper. We will dig deeper. We will talk about some of the meat on the bones. But maybe, I'm not sure whether you listen to the speech live, but listening to this, they will just play on SKTV. It means a lot. What is your takeaway?
Thank you, Sekou. And first of all, let me say good evening to all of you, our viewers, those of you who are always burning your data to make sure that you follow us live on the SKTV. Let me say good evening to all of you. Yes, the time check in Liberia is 17 minutes, climbing up to 7. So that tells you that we are in the evening time. And today, the 25th day in the 7th month, which of course, few hours from now, will be entering our Independence Day celebration, which of course will be making us 176 years of age, right? In fact, we'll be 176 years old. So someone will say we are old, but we're not cool. So, Sekou, when you say I'm not following live, then but anyway, you may be quite correct. But following everything that happened at the CPP headquarters today, I was following everything live from the headquarters of the CPP. I've been following the press conference, following the wonderful speech coming from the political leader of the CPP, and later on again coming on SKTV, and just listening to it, almost like, in fact, telling me, maybe boy, you just listen, and again maybe you forget certain things. So Sekou is now reminding you again about another thing again about this speech. So thank you so much for playing this speech, and also thank you so much for allowing us, all of us, Liberians, to discuss this speech. But let me say this to all of us: tomorrow will be turning 176. That will be our Independence Day celebration. So all Liberians turn out tomorrow, celebrate, and maybe even be home. We sit at home, we celebrate, make sure that think about Liberia and think about the way forward of our country. So yeah, back to this speech. Sekou, I don't know, but sometimes there are some leaders that God send our way, and sometimes the way we embrace them, the way we hold them, or the way we treat them, sometimes it does become some kind of way to me. But this speech, coming from the CPP political leader, it's just so magnificent. The speech said it all about our country. What can we do? The way forward. And, all the things that we've been discussing also on yesterday were also mentioned, talking about those things that making us to go, or maybe for us to go backward, and also thinking about finding his own way forward to make sure that we get back on path. So like for example, when you're talking about, in fact, when you're talking about, or when you talk about Liberia, once upon a time, it used to be the country that used to help other people, to get things straight. Liberia was, backbone for other countries. Like for example, some of our nearby countries around here used to come to Mama Liberia to get so many things. But now Liberia now become like a country where everything just upside down, nobody understanding anything, nothing going straight, everything just should I say everything just had scatter. So, when you say Liberia is a country where people used to come before, to come for so many things. Sometimes people come for education, and seeing that Liberia is looking the way it look, I think there's still more things that we need to learn, and there's something that we need to grab from this speech, because as people, tomorrow will be celebrating 176, and shifting of blames, putting blame on the other person, doing the other thing for me. I think let's choose wisely. Let's look among them, the person that can really transform this country. Because from what he said, Sekou, on a verse, download the entire speech, and I've been listening to it. Even when you talk about the drugs, the drug issue, and that's one of the serious things. Because if you're not able to fight drugs, my brother, or all of you that who are following us, in fact, Sekou, tomorrow, I've been talking this morning. I'm worried a lot about our children on tomorrow. Because there are a lot of young people tomorrow that will be coming out tomorrow. And who knows? That thing they call coach. Who knows? Wicked people out there tomorrow will be messing with things with maybe salt drink, maybe alcohol, and giving it to our children. So I worry a lot. So to see Mr. Cummings coming up with this kind of a speech, I feel something is coming to Liberia. So Liberia will got to sit back, think carefully, and look at all these things that the man is saying. Because issue of fighting drugs, Seku, that's another serious war. That's another serious war. That we can easily overemphasize. That we can easily say, oh, okay, it's only government thing. No. Citizen, government, but government has to stand firm. Government has to be robust. Government has to be strong. That's the only way they can fight drugs. You will not only pass drug law, then you sit back. No. So drugs, you talk about drugs, they got the issue of fighting drugs, and you were quite correct. We have to fight drugs.
Okay.
That's another one. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me, since we don't have we're gonna have 10 minutes before we go to the news bulletin. So let's dive into the conversation quickly. First of all, let me talk about the delivery of the speech. The speech itself, I think it was a very well written speech, and it was delivered excellently by Mr. Alexander Cummings. By contrast, can President Weah deliver such a speech? Can Joseph Nima Boakai deliver such a speech? Speaking of the energy level, the stamina, the body language, the control over the language, the emphasis on the substance within the speech. You know, we have serious problem in Liberia. There are people, when they say, Joe, we are going to speak right now, or going to give this kind of speech, citizens and their supporters will be worried as to how the man going to deliver the speech. Whether the president will be able to read the speech without sounding like he's counting words. Whether the president will be able to deliver and pronounce words correctly before they even the word, but the substance. And if there's any strange vocabularies in there, how the man going to pronounce those words? And if he does pronounce them, they will be clapping, they will be screaming, simply because the men now read big word. For most of them, their worry is not about the substance. I thought this speech was well presented. Cummings looks very presidential in the speech. He understands what he was talking about. And I thought this speech was delivered accurately, and even the layman can understand or will understand what the speech was about. That is the first thing. Now the substance. Cummings is saying we are older than a lot of countries, 20-year older. Some of them more than 100-year older. But those countries are doing better than us because of bad leadership. That's why you got to pay attention to the substance in the speech. The man said, Liberia problem, it did not start with George Weah. Something you myself was talking about yesterday. If you listen to Cummings' speech, he said there's nothing that we can do with a good leadership, with the better leadership. Yesterday, I said it yesterday, remember? I told you people yesterday that everything we are doing here, every bad thing we say are our problems in Liberia. The major problem of Liberia is leadership. Because with good leadership, you have development, you have education, you have respect for the rule of law. People will go to jail when they violate. People will respect the Constitution. You know, the standard will be really hard. And he took a shot on those guys. He said, if you're a politician, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what's going on, just be quiet and go sit down somewhere. Not because you don't know what to do or how to do it, it doesn't mean other people can do it. If you don't know, just be quiet. You know, Kumi says something. He says something that I want people to pay attention to. You cannot expect a government to fight against drug addiction in our country, to fight against drug proliferation in our country, when they just released drug dealers that brought into the country 100 million worth of drugs. How do you expect them to fight against drugs and drug traffickers when they are in bed with the drug traffickers? You're not paying attention to that. If those things are not issue to you, are not important issue to you, then nothing is issue to you. Some of these people, their mind is beclouded because their political belief, because who they support, so they don't see anything else. Nothing is important to them. If they support Joseph Nyimabwaka, if you don't come here and say Joseph Nyimabwaka is good, Joseph Nyimabwaka will rescue or this and that, everything else we say is nothing. Some of the people brains are dead. Nothing good, nothing new can go in there. Some of them brain is locked, completely locked up. And they throw the key in the sea. Their minds are made up. They're not open to learning anything. And nothing substantive can go in there. So, when this kind of speech is given, you listen. You accept the good things in there. You don't have to vote for this man. You don't have to support this man. But admit to the fact that they man knows exactly what he's talking about. Admit to the fact that they may understand the problem of the country. If you can support the man, take those good ideas and sell it to your people.
Sorry, it's like it's
What was that?
Something happened from your end, like maybe your internet trip.
It was not my internet. It was your internet. I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw it. You know, when it's in my internet, I can be the first to say it. It was a break in transition in your internet there. So it did not receive. It was not receiving the transmission correctly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have about 2 more minutes to go for the news bulletin. So I don't know whether you're going to continue with people or you people
No,
will join us.
we will listen to the news bulletin and we'll come back to the discussion because we want the people to participate. We want to ask them what they think about the speech. Let it tell us what are some of the takeaways from there, and we will dig deeper. But before we go, let me say this one thing. We got 1 minute to go to the news bulletin. If you do not understand anything, I will admonish you to go back and listen. There are a lot of things you can learn. There are a lot of good things they may say about the country. There are a lot of things that these men want to change. And the timing of the speech, the celebration of our independence as a country, the timing could not be valuable than it is right now. So we are waiting for the guys to start the news bulletin. When they start, we will go. We'll go to the news bulletin, and we'll come back. We'll discuss the speech. When Cummings said, "I'm not running for president to be rich," this guy is saying, "Are we good? Are you guys ready?"
Yes, indeed, we are ready. So we got to transition for the news bulletin.
All right. So we'll come back. We'll come back to continue with the conversation.
Years ago, a news center was birthed, charged to collect balanced, credible, and accurate news and information. Tax tested and proven to be a world-class example of news presentation where truths are told. We lead by example and others follow. RCR News, the premier source of accurate news. Bulletin is up next.
Good evening, RCA News Bulletin at 7 with Olivia Bowen. Stories topping the headlines. CPP Standard Bearer Alexander Cummings has renewed his commitment to turning Liberia into a booming economy after being elected as president. The Liberian National Bar Association has praised the collaboration between the bar and the National Elections Commission for the peaceful conduct of the 2023 October general and presidential elections. A heavy gun battle reportedly erupted between the Liberian National Coast Guard and pirates on board a Chinese registered ship named Shanghai, approximately 10 nautical miles off Liberia's territorial waters. And away from Liberia, the BBC says the World Health Organization is warning of a deepening humanitarian crisis in Sudan, where more than two-thirds of the country's hospitals are out of service. And those were the headlines and other news in detail. CPP Standard Bearer Alexander Cummings has renewed his commitment to turning Liberia into a booming economy after being elected as president. The economy, according to Cummings, will witness more businesses flourishing into big-haul investments, thereby alleviating poverty. In his Independence Day message Tuesday, the CPP's flag bearer named some businesses as what he calls backbone of the economy, which he believes no country can economically boom without their active involvement. Cummings has at the same time pledged to uplift Liberian women, especially those doing business as he plans to elevate shop owners to store owners through access to commercial loans. To see PP's presidential hope for once Liberians to use this year's independence celebration as a declaration to face Liberia where no child will go to bed hungry. Cummings also wants Liberians to use the independence celebration to declare an end to substandard schools and public hospitals without medicines. The Liberian National Bar Association has praised the collaboration between the bar and the National Elections Commission for the peaceful conduct of the 2023 October general and presidential elections. The bar said the July 11, 2023 Memorandum of Understanding signed between the LNBA and NEC has set the basis for the bar's strategic support with the NEC to ensure that credible and transparent elections are conducted with the mass participation of Liberians consistent with law. Under the MOU, the LNBA will provide legal support to the NEC by sensitizing the public through the holding of public conversation on elections, laws and rulings of both the NEC and the Supreme Court on past election cases, as well as advocating for the adherence to the rule of law by all actors during the electoral process. The bar will also provide support to enhance the legal capacity of NEC to be effective in the adjudication of electoral disputes and increase public knowledge on electoral dispute resolution mechanisms, especially working with all stakeholders. The NBA will also sensitize the public on the calendar of events covering the entire process and also provide training support to electoral staff to include election magistrates, hearing officers, political parties representatives, independent candidates, media organizations, and others on the disposition of all electoral disputes. A heavy gun battle reportedly erupted between the Liberian National Coast Guard and pirates on board a Chinese registered ship named Shanghai, approximately 10 nautical miles off Liberia's territorial waters. The Commissioner General of the Liberian Maritime Authority, Eugene Nambwe, confirmed that the Liberian Coast Guard has managed to arrest one of the pirates. In an interview with the Voice of America Daybreak Africa, Commissioner Nambwe explained that security forces are still actively engaged in combating the remaining pirates in order to secure the release of the ship's crew. He further stated that the nationality of the pirates is not yet known, but it was clarified that the ship was hijacked in the waters of Sierra Leone and later drifted towards Liberia. President George Weah has appointed a Liberian criminal lawyer, Councilor Alahachi Sese, as acting county attorney of Montserrat County. According to a letter to Councilor Zeze, copy of which is in the possession of this station, the appointment takes immediate effect. President Weah's July 21, 2023 appointment letter to Councilor Sese, according to RCA judicial correspondent, mandated him to assume full authority and manage the affairs of the office. Our judicial correspondent further said that prior to his appointment, Councilor Sese served as one of the managing partners of the Sese and Johnson's associate law firm. Residents of Red Hill, Christopolis Island are calling on humanitarians and officials of government to help construct the only bridge connecting the island. Speaking to our reporter Tuesday, the residents said The bridge connecting the island to the rest of the community was damaged last week by flooding. According to them, the situation is preventing inhabitants of the island from finding their daily meal. They are meanwhile calling on meaningful Liberians, philanthropists, humanitarian organizations, and officials of government to come to their aid. The delocalized meeting of the Joint Committee of the Economic Community of West African States has kicked off in the country. Speaking at the opening ceremony of the event, Vice President Joel Howard Taylor said the ECOWAS Parliament lacks a gender balance despite the call for promotion of women in politics. The Liberian Vice President, speaking in a rather disappointing mood, said the ECOWAS Parliament has 20 females out of the 115 members. The number she lamented is discouraging, thus calling for the reformation of the Parliament. VP Taylor, who praised the government and people of Sierra Leone for exceeding the 30% gender quota in the parliament, said Liberia and other countries are still lacking behind as such. Speaking earlier, the Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, Dr. Sidi Mohamed Tunis, said the meeting in Liberia seeks to consolidate good governance, peace, and security among member countries. If you're just joining us, this is a reminder that you are listening to a bulletin of news coming to you from the News and Current Affairs Department, here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. In more news, a 28-year-old man identified as Abraham Wisse is said to be fighting for his life after stabbing his girlfriend to death and injuring himself in the Peace Island community. The landlady of the deceased, Vera Towell, explained the incident that took place on Tuesday night of how Abraham, who had abandoned his girlfriend, Aaron Johnson, popularly known as a baby, thought another girl but returned after 6 months and expressed his desire to be with her again. Aaron, who is believed to be in her early 20s, however, made it clear that she was no longer interested in continuing their relationship and sought refuge at her sister's place by locking her door. The eyewitness explained that, being angered by the rejection, Abraham began making threats, stating he would harm anyone who intervened in their dispute. As they continued arguing, the situation escalated and Abraham took out a knife and stabbed Aaron Johnson multiple times and also stabbed himself when he discovered she had died. Speaking in an interview with this station, Madame Vera Towell narrated that the two of them were rushed to JFK for treatments, but Aaron did not survive. The family of a 20-year-old man is demanding justice in the alleged murder of their son. James Chodople lifeless body was found in Marquette Clown, Lower Montserrat County on July 19 after he went missing on the 14th. According to Irosiad Obama Gibby County correspondent, the body was found with parts extracted. Our correspondent further quotes the family as calling on the government of Liberia to swiftly launch an investigation in bringing those involved in the killing of their son to justice. Deputy House Speaker, Councillor Fonalti Kofa has received an award of honor from the African Leadership Organization 2023 edition as the summit winner. African Leadership Organization is a UK-based organization promoting African opportunities across the globe via an ecosystem of high quality and global recognition. Speaking at the ceremony in the conference room of the Deputy Speaker, The general manager of the African Leadership Organization, Samuel Moses, said, consider COFA's a diligent effort to eradicate the practice of female genital mutilation in Liberia is worth commending. According to Moses, it is of no secret the high level of leadership values that have been exhibited by Deputy Speaker Kofa. Away from Liberia, the World Health Organization is warning of a deepening humanitarian crisis in Sudan, where more than two-thirds of the country's hospitals are out of service. There are increasing reports of attacks on healthcare facilities and staff. It says for the hundreds of thousands who have fled, the violence across Bogo's life remains. According to the WHO, disease outbreaks, including malaria and measles, that had been brought under control before the current conflict, are increasing due to the disruption of basic public health services. It also says there are increasing reports of sexual and gender based violence against women and girls. Several efforts at peace talks have been attempted but have failed to result in a proper ceasefire. The WHO has called on all warring parties to protect civilians, humanitarian workers, and health facilities. To end this news program, a recap of the top stories. CPP Standard Bearer Alexander Cummings has renewed his commitment to turning Liberia into a booming economy after being elected as president. The Liberian National Bar Association has praised the collaboration between the BAT and the National Elections Commission for the peaceful conduct of the 2023 October general and presidential elections. And pirates on board a Chinese registered ship named Shan had approximately 10 nautical miles off Liberia's territorial waters. And away from Liberia, the BBC says the World Health Organization is warning of a deepening humanitarian crisis in Sudan, where more than two-thirds of the country's hospitals are out of service. That's RCA News Bulletin at 7. My name is Olivia Brown. Good evening.
60 minutes past 7 o'clock. You just listen to the news bulletin right here on Truth FM 96.1. The very next of the year news will be at 8 o'clock on tonight. By which time we'll break you 45 minutes of news coming from our newsroom, Soseku. And the rest of the team, we're back after the news bulletin. So we can kick the ball, or in fact start the ball rolling from where we stop. So I don't know. Yeah. So
yes, Mabon, thank you so much. And
so that you can.
yeah, Mabon, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm getting you.
Yeah, I want to say thank you so much to you and the news team at the Truth FM. I enjoyed the news bulletin, and it's kind of concerning to me to hear about a gun of fire exchange between the Liberian Coast Guard and that of the Chinese port. I don't know if it's a fishing port on the Liberian territorial water. That is concerning. I hope it will be swiftly addressed so it will not degenerate into something else. But going back to the conversation, you know, Mr. Cummings says two things from the beginning of the speech. He talked about how George Weah is taking the country to a different direction. That George Weah does not know what he's doing. He doesn't know how to direct the country. He lacks the governing system, understanding of governance of the country. He said that to admit George Weah did not start all this bad thing of our country, the back corners of our country, but he has taken it to another level. He has made them worse. Everything was already bad, but we are making it worse. So those are things Liberians should pay attention to. And then he said, other politicians who wants to take us backward, isn't he called President Weah name, but the other one you were talking about, Joseph Jima Boagai. The other Steve is already here. Steve, how you doing, sir?
Yeah,
okay. So Steve, we are analyzing Mr. Cummings' address to the nation. He said something. He said, politicians that are trying to take us backward. He did not call Joseph Boakai name, but from the speech, I think that was directed at Joseph Boakai, because look at what he says here. He said, the politicians that want to take us backward by talking about tribalism and all those negative things, when they should be talking about creating jobs, when they should be talking about fixing our schools, when they should be talking about fixing roads, and they should be talking about improving the businesses. That was directly at Joseph Jima Boakai. When you say politicians that want to take us backward, that means Joseph Boakai is a history, but trying to take the country backward, but he has nothing to say. And then he went further to say, when you're supposed to be talking about job creation, you're supposed to be talking about fixing our roads, you're supposed to be talking about fixing our schools, but then you're talking about you're talking about negativity. You say, if you have nothing else to say just go sit up somewhere. You say, be quiet. Cummings be a little bit, harsh now. That is something that Liberian people want to see. They want to see a fighter. They want to see a man who does not only understand the Liberian politics, but he also speak the language. He's telling Joseph Boakai, say all you know that tribalism, say all you know that taking all behind. You don't know how to talk about building schools. You don't know how to talk about fixing roads. You don't know how to talk about improving the life of the young people. But you only hear talking about tribalism and other negative things. You say, if you got nothing else to offer to the Liberian people, just go sit down somewhere and be quiet. So, Steve, you just came in. So, what do you make of this speech?
Qual é médio Gogu man? Você scale man today.
Well, first of all,
you bluffing?
no. They may start with the 20th day. So I wore my shades to reduce the light in here. I wore my shades so that the other 20th thing that I want to wear shades at me, anything that done is clear. I can see anything.
Yeah, so that line they just talk about, that was directed at Joseph Boakai.
But Mr. Kane, let me say this first before I speak to the speech here. As always, we recognize that Liberian people are the most important people on earth. And as always, we also recognize the Liberian women as the most beautiful women on earth. Let me tell you something, the only concern I have about his speech is Mr. Alexander Cummings, or the speech writer, trying to be two-faced. Look, you will not die to be two-faced. Yeah. Okay. You will not die if you say Joseph Boakai go sit down somewhere. You will not die if you call Joriani and say go sit down. No, let me tell you something. That particular part of the speech is directly in reference to Boakai. Nobody stood there yet. Just say Boakai, go sit down.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
No, Mr.
My man, Cummings is not going to talk like Steve. Cummings is running for president.
Listen,
he has to be diplomatic.
No, if I were running for president, I would tell the same way I talk.
Exactly. Because you're Steve.
So what happened is the way Cummings speaking now, they're speaking in tongues. They're speaking to look, let me tell you something.
Steve, where are you? You in your office?
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
You know the reason I'm asking you funny different. Even the voice is not coming out. It's just like
Yes, the radio will not really getting you. Yeah, the radio will not really getting you too clear.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It sounds like your nose is stuffy. You're not even, talking clearly and loud.
I was saying, Cummings needs to make sure that speech, every part that is a portion to everybody, whether that Boaka, that Jovia, call them inside. You're not that call them inside. That's the only issue I get with the speech. That's the only issue I get with the speech. Call them.
It's not your campaign.
So what Jovia say, Jovia Boaka wearing Gogu, that campaign that is there. Forget that thing, brother. Nobody today want to pay the call. But Mr. Kenneth, happy pre-July 26th to those of you listening to us on the radio. Those of you in out of Liberia, from my end here, I say happy pre-July 26th. As a public service announcement, my fasting not going to nobody for July 26th.
Oh.
Yeah. Fasting is not going to nobody. Secondly, as we get into the election mood, if I'm your friend and I used to send you money or I send you money before, in any way, shape, or form, you will not get fasting from me until October 11th when we see the result of the election. We are not going to enable your decisions anymore. If the country is doing well, 2 months from now, when you don't have food to eat and you don't have anything going, you have made the right decision. And I'm calling all well-meaning Liberians. Your mom will not die, your pa will not die. Before you came to America, they were living. Don't send them fasting until they can make the right decision. Starting from today, don't send them anything October 11, October 12, before you send them something. When they move on that next time, they will put their lives together. The Liberian people need to put their lives together. We supporting them every day, sending them working here, sending them money going 10 ways, enabling them to misbehave and to vote one way. I'm calling on national, don't send money to anybody in this country unless we get business. Then get money to the business.
Steve, we're coming protest against you now, Steve.
Your thing is stupid. My friend, your money. Your thing is stupid. Don't send them fasting. Look, anywhere where I go on, that will be my new fight. That is my new protest until after the election. Y'all put your life together. Y'all behave in our country. But the only thing I call to you, Mr. Kennedy, we not me. Don't hear it. Because my fasting I'm going to use for 26. My fasting of August, September, October 11, before we talk money day. Don't put your life together.
Steve,
let me ask you.
Yeah.
On the speech. So you talk about money, Mr. And by the way, let me disagree with you first on your money thing, before I talk about the speech.
That one I issue.
Yeah, I know my issue, but let me disagree with you first. I think it should be I think it should be the other way around.
Wow.
The people that who sending money, whatever you're doing for the people then, you tell them, I'm sending you money. I'll continue to send you money until you do what is right. But if you all fail to do the right thing, if the time comes, if you don't do the right thing, if after October 10, whatever you want them to do, if they don't do it, then you stop sending them money. But why you stop punishing the people then? You should pursue them first. Tell them, I'm sending you money. I want you to make sure you have enough food to eat. You mobilize your friends.
The people get energy for Steve.
Make sure you go, you take care of issue, you do what is right. But you fail to do what is to do the right thing. After in October, you go and let you go vote for Boaka, and you don't do whatever I want you to do. I will not send your money again. After October 11, if they don't do the right thing, stop sending their money. But
yeah, so before the you're not sending money for 6 years after the city making the wrong decision, right? Because if they vote the wrong
He stopped
for
sending
6
the
years,
money forever.
no. In reward and punishment, you don't reward bad behavior. When you send them money right now, they will not put a life together. They will be on jolly. Leave them hungry. They're about hungry make it free. Hungry make it free. Not the hungry voice free. Not do that thing.
Okay. Let me ask you a question on the speech. Mr. Comey said, "I'm not running for president to be rich. I'm running for president to change Liberia, to change life." So, do you think the change message will really work? You think that thing that I'm not running for president to be rich? You think that will resonate with the people? Because the message is not going to take pay. You think that will resonate with the Liberian people?
Well, I think what will resonate on top of what he said will be his promise. I think what will resonate is his promise to create jobs for the Liberian people. Not running to be president, to be rich, that's one thing. Anybody can say you already get money. But he followed up by promising the Liberian people that there will be jobs for them to do. This is the most important change message ever for anybody. Because at the end of the day, people don't have work in the country. There has been no investments over the past 12 years. So his ability to attract people to come to provide jobs for the Liberian people is off the case. That is the icing on the cake. So I think every Liberian that listened to that speech today should be hopeful, should be inspired, and should be ready to vote. Because let me tell you something, you can do all the rule of law, governance. When somebody not get food to eat, they can't afford to send their children to school. The issue of Zogo will increase. The issue of crime will increase. The issue of poverty will increase. The issue of violence will increase in the country. But when you get, let me hear, I'm at work. What time I get to be bouncing around this building?
What time you have to go protest? What time you have to go for rally?
What time have what? So you see, so the issue. Let me tell you something. In what we do, we try to meet people's primary need, and you build up from it. So the primary need here is, Mr. Kane, people need jobs, put food on the table. People need jobs to sustain themselves, their family, and their children. The issue of President John Wesley saying paying tuition, and because family members not get work to pay the children tuition, you think if a father were working to afford the children tuition, John Wesley will be taking credit for paying YSP? Let's be honest. So the issue that we are faced with is the ability to bring jobs in the country. That's why the Liberian people can say Ellington was better than John Wesley, because you know what? At least investors were there, and there was some kind of job people used to do. When people go hustle, the economy was better. So the issue here is now all the other extra things that they're essential. Don't get me wrong, but Mr. Kane, when you pay work to do, what time you get to be bouncing around this behavior? To be honest. So I think the message here is Mr. Cummings promising the Liberian people that he will provide jobs for them to do. So the woman all the way in Zonwie, in Mine, when her daughter or her son coming from Monrovia and coming for vacation for the 26th like this, she carries someone a black plastic there with something inside because he gets nothing to do. The young man who graduated from university, he knows that there is something to do when he graduates. He will not come from graduating and be gallivanting, being a vagabond, or he got to turn to bond better to be sleeping with another man to get money. You see it? Or he doesn't have to get involved with crime or to get protests or other things. The women don't have to be selling themselves or sucking up or children having backpack on their back because they know they get something to do. It will help in decrease even the Zogo rate. We say an adult mind is the devil's workshop. If people not get nothing to do, that will happen. Some of these things will happen. So the issue of creating jobs is the most essential change message ever that can be hopeful in return. In our time now, Mr. Kane, you not get where to do where your life, where you be.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Mr. Cummings said today that he will provide jobs for the Liberian people. And we know he has the capacity to create jobs. We know that for a fact. He has created jobs in the past. You're muted. Oh, Mr. Kane.
And then on that line, Steve, he also pointed to the record of doing church. He talked about how the creative, he worked with other nationals from different countries, from different walks of life, and he impacted their life by creating job. In other part of Africa and other part of the world. He talked about, when he was president for Coca-Cola Africa. And he didn't say that directly, but he pointed to other things that he has done in terms of job creation. I think Cummings talk a lot of substance today. Like I was telling you, for me, the speech was well written. The speech was well written, and Mr. Cummings delivered the speech so eloquently and precisely and in a manner that even a fifth grader will understand. And that is essential when it comes to speech.
Yes, I agree with you. The tone was very simplistic. There were no two BB book inside.
Oh,
The message was very clear. There was no beating around it. The only, again, because kind of from a strategic standpoint, like politics is, when you ascribe certain things to people, you think why I came here and coined the word Joseph Boakai, that smooth crook. The reason I said smooth crook is because he's an older man. Number two, it shows you how he operates behind the door. Now it has been proven. So when you hear people saying in CDC or in United Party, 7%, when you are describing and ascribing people, you're using adjective on them. When you use the word 7%, subconsciously and consciously, they don't have to say that Cummings, but it will be ascribed to him because he got 7% in the election. When you look at Joseph Boakai and you say Sleepy Joe, and Donald Trump did the same thing here. He look at Ted Cruz and he said lying Ted. He look at what a guy named
Marco Rubio.
Marco Rubio.
You call little Marco.
Calling little Marco. He look at Jeb Bush. He said low energy Jeb. Yeah. So you have to be sure. Let me tell you something. Strategically and psychologically, when you ascribe attitudes, that's why when people say, "Oh, you coffee man, you didn't want it," I can look at it and then laugh.
Yeah, but on the downside to that though, Donald Trump comes across a lot of people as rude, disrespectful, arrogant, and stupid. Even though some people believe in him because he's a tribalist. I mean, he's a racist. A lot of white people support him because of that. But everybody knows that Donald Trump does not represent any decency. So you don't expect Cummings to talk like Donald Trump or to behave like a Donald Trump. What I'm trying to say in essence, the fact that when Cummings talk about politicians that want to take us back, talking about tribalism, talking about negativity, as opposed to talking about job creation, facing our roles, creating jobs for the people, talking about fixing our hospitals, our clinics, talking about fixing our schools. But instead they talk about tribalism. Everybody knows that Joseph Boakai is talking about. Cynthia, what you say about 7%. Everybody knows that Joseph Boakai is a tribalist. Joseph Boakai is supposed to have been preaching tribalism. They've been trafficking in that. They've been campaigning in that. They've been using tribalism as their own way or own method of campaigning. So whenever tribalism is mentioned, definitely Joseph Boakai and the people, they were getting their feelings because they know they are the one.
That's very good, Mr. Cummings. I'm not saying Mr. Cummings should behave like Donald Trump or should act like anybody else. What I'm saying is, if he has said this reference is from the Joseph Boakai camp, the Charles Walker Bronson did,
Yeah.
If he has incompetence, ineptitude, is on to jobs where he will not die. It doesn't mean disrespectful. He is saying the truth. That's all I'm saying. So,
Okay.
you know, when you make these kind of messages, Mr. Kane, you want to be clear as to who you are directing certain words to and don't make it vague.
But you think people don't know?
Oh, forget that thing. But when you call the person into that, that's why you told yo-yo in a speech too. No, let me tell you, that political yo-yo they need to create too. To take a job and then take a swap.
Okay. For
Anyways,
let no, don't go nowhere. Let me watch this one call while you're here. So maybe see if you're working today. If you're not working today, then we'll take off from here.
077-833-9682. That's the number to call for those of you who are following us on the radio and you want to be part of the show. 077-833-9682. Place in your calls now and tell us what you make of the discussion, especially the speech of the CPP political leader, Honorable Alexander B. Cummings. So place in your calls now. 077-833-9682. To this first caller. Good evening. Okay, go ahead, James.
Here you go.
Okay, thank you so much to this caller. Good evening. Yeah, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
Let me ask the people. Can you guys hear the persons calling?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Let the person be talking. Yeah, we're not hearing it. Don't forget about it. Let the people call from here.
All right. So I don't know. Maybe
it's okay. Don't worry about them. Let open the line here. Unfortunately, we don't have that problem faced yet. I'd like to take the first caller here. I think this is Saros. Hello, Saros, are you there?
Yeah, what's up, Segu?
Man, welcome to SKTV.
Yes.
What is your take? What is your take about the speech and our analysis on it?
I listened to the speech and Moses, the psychologist and human behavior specialist. I think he just nailed it. Segu, you see the problem between you and Moses. You believe in logic. Moses believe in logic backed by emotion because that's what sells in politics. If you listen to Mr. Cummings' speech, that speech will play well to the diaspora audience and the local. Mr. Cummings got a talking point. The psychological part is what he's you talk about the state of Israel, how the countries are at the top of the global order, and we are more than 110 years on average older than all these countries. He tells the Liberian people that, you know what, we are too old to be where we are. We can do better than this. Liberia was part of the League of Nations before even the UN was founded. We don't have time on our side. Your country is being run by gangsters. These guys have no idea what they are even doing. But here's what Mr. Cummings came across in that speech. Technically, he's saying, for me, I have the background, I have the experience. I'm not just telling you I can get a job done. I have done it before. Because creating jobs and opportunity is the biggest social program anywhere on the planet. Whether a developed nation or a developing nation, or government or a country or society cannot operate without jobs. That's what he meant. So he's like, I'm okay. I don't even need a paycheck from you. I'm well off for the rest of my life. But I'm looking up to you to make that ultimate call. You got, like I said, we have three options in Liberia. If you want president failure, if you want ineptability, if you want a bunch of criminals, then Georgia is your guy. If you want fast failure, Joseph Boakai is your God. But if you want something different, if you really want to change this country fundamentally, I'm not only telling you that I can do it, I have done it before. That's why he made reference. And he talked about division between, I knew you were talking about Joseph Boakai, tribal sentiment, there are people bringing joy or wish within the country. That's why he referenced that case, that valedictorian that gave us speech in Mallory. That's why he referenced it. He tell the day that the bulk of our talent is outside of this country. And I want to bridge that gap between the locals and the diaspora, because in order to build this country, you need outside forces to come and join in with the locals for us to build this country. So like I can tell you, Mr. Cummings, like I said, he got all the talking points. He's making the case. The only difference is that emotional aspect, that fighting spirit. Let me tell you something, if I was to put Cummings and Yeke Koliba on a ballot, I don't believe that Yeke come anywhere close to with the common he come to idea. But people see Yeke as a fighter. They see him as an advocate. They see him as somebody who's passionate about what he does. I put Yeke and Cummings on the ballot. Yeke will come over Cummings in Liberia, because that's how what people think. That's how they vote. Mr. Cummings is getting everything right. He get a resume for the job. He got it. He got all the prerequisites. He checked all the boxes. That emotional aspect, I'm yet to see it, and that's what's separating from the rest of the people. For Joseph Boakai, he don't have to say himself. He got legacy politics. He got name recognition. Georgia was a celebrity. I tell them about the people who play soccer. Soccer is the most popular sport, not only in Liberia, but on the entire planet. Why do you think more than 4 billion people worldwide watching soccer? Anybody with a soccer background, they got a popularity. So Georgia is a cultural icon. He's a celebrity. The demographic plays to advantage. 60% of the population below the age of 35. So for Georgia, he don't have to say himself. But with Cummings, it's not an easy job. Cummings have to he got to show that fighting mentality. He got to throw more punches. I tell people, negativity sell in politics more than being just about the talking point. And that's where Mr. Cummings, that's where it's a little bit tough, and he had to improve on that.
Thank you. Well, let me say, before you go though, let me say this while you stay here.
Yes.
That's true. Negativity sells in politics than logic. That's true. However, that's why you have your able lieutenants, such as the VP candidates or other campaign or members. They throw more punches, especially the VP candidate. They are the one that can serve in so many campaigns as an attack dog for the campaign. But the man himself, he's gonna be who he is. Trust me, you cannot teach.
No, you cannot change him. I think you cannot change him.
You cannot change him.
Yeah,
Mr. Cummings will always be Mr. Cummings. And I think and I think Charlie is capable enough, versatile enough, and understand the language, understand the politics, and she has the tone to be that attack dog. To speak to, she can be the attack dog. She can do it. She can do it so eloquently without any problem. I just wanted to add that. So Mr. Cummings will always be Mr. Cummings. Other people can do it. It doesn't have to be him.
It cannot be him. Like you said, that's a fact. It cannot be him. He just don't have it.
Yeah.
That one can take it out, because if he had it, we have seen it a long time ago. And he made 3.
Yeah, but Mr. Kane, Sarah, let me add this. Sarah, let me add this to this. It cannot be him all of the time, but he will not die. If you take swap at him, he will not die.
But he just took swap. He took a swap.
Oh, you know what I mean?
No. The man don't call it. All right, let me. Sarah, thank you, my man.
Yeah, thanks for the time, guys.
By the way, Sarah, if you're listening, on Friday you need to come on the show. Some people want your face attached to your voice because you are very logical and they want you to be on the show sometimes. So
Friday, can I make an announcement? Friday, because of the July 25th celebration here, I will not be working. The show, you don't want to miss Friday show.
Okay,
so Sarah,
that's good. Sarah will be here. You will be here, and we'll make it happen. So let me take this other call here from Washington DC number 202 number. Last 4 digit 2214. What is your name? Your name is?
Breakable Power.
Breakable Power?
Yeah.
I
found a show to explain that. Yesterday I found a show. I tried to call, but there was no way.
Okay.
You know, sometimes when I listen to you say some stuff, it really bothers me when you say it. And but that's your opinion. You got a right to say anything. But on a true issue, if you see why you coming be like a little boy in the village, because when you talk, people don't hear your voice, so you have to come out early to talk. So now, the money will come out to talk, so people know that you are talking. You thinking you want to be president. Instead of saying things, I will make people to understand what you want to be. You want to attack someone like Ita. The person, we want to say president will not be corrupt leader. You know, for the decision they made. Kumi was man that was thankful ever since to even contest for a legislative seat or a senator seat. But because he had to make this decision or say advice to people, that's why he put it there. He didn't know nothing about Labrador. No.
Kumi doesn't know anything about Labrador?
He knows nothing about Labrador. Look at his VP. When she go among people, she don't connect it. She's like, she's still all like.
What are you talking about? What do you mean by she look counterfeit?
We have people in that game like someone joking.
My man, listen, you gotta be serious. You gotta be serious, man. You gotta be serious. How would you say? I said you gotta be serious, man. What are you talking about?
I feel, man, listen. When you talk about someone who know that Labrador, you know what to say. That's not making you to people at school. You are not saying nothing. I was supposed to do that. You are
who do you support?
Listen.
No, I'm asking you now. Who do you support? No, listen now. Listen. My man, listen to me. Who do you support?
Listen to me.
No, I'm just asking you. Answer my question, please, if you don't mind.
No, that's not an issue.
That's not an issue because the reason I'm asking you. No. Listen, it is an issue. Listen. My man, listen. The reason why I'm asking you
you're gonna let him go because
I'm gonna let him go, but before I let him go, because he said Cummings is not saying anything. My man, listen now. I'm asking you now, who do you support? If you say you support Jawia, what did Jawia say to you before he was elected? If you say supporting Joseph Baka, what Joseph Baka is saying? But I'm asking you now, who do you support? Okay. Now I know you are Jawia supporter. So what did Jawia tell you that really motivated you to support him to be president?
Listen, now you tell me the way he do it is more like money to this money. The way he do it is more like money to this money. Listen to somebody like that. Listen. When it's still a question of people, you still for it. Just coming, your team making it be like, it's not perfect. When you someone will make decision better, you see what you can do. Listen to what community is doing, and you see what the action. When you see community talking, and look like someone like yours.
All right. Thank you, man. Thank you. Okay. All right. Thank you for your contribution. Hey, Liberia. They've been living in America. So you're like in Liberia, things there in America, they're smart. I know. Caller, what is your name? Where are you calling from? 410 number.
Hi, it's Eugenia. I'm calling from Illinois.
Hey, how you doing, Eugenia?
Hey, I couldn't really hear breakable everything that he was saying. I don't know if he really answered your question. He is a sedition. He supports WIA. So anything that he says is not surprising.
Maybe what's going on? I can tell your stuff because my voice keep repeating. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Eugenia. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say a lot of these seditions, we understand why they voted for WIA. Okay, he's popular. They see themselves in him. The grit-on-ness and all that, they see it in the president. I get it. He's a crowded boy. Okay, great. We gave him a chance. Now it's time for him to move on because he didn't do what he's supposed to do. I don't know why they can't understand that. That's why I call them enemies of progress. They don't really want progress for Liberia. They just want to be making noise and make themselves heard. Then this whole thing about Mr. Cummings not having the emotional aspect. Like you said, Sekou, he cannot be anything other than himself. I'm a ER nurse. When I work in the ER, right, there's a thing that we call organized chaos in the middle of a code. Do you want somebody who is stable and can be level-minded to work us through the code, or do you want somebody running around like a chicken with their head cut off? You don't want that kind of leadership, because nothing gets done in that kind of leadership. Mr. Cummings is a stable person underneath pressure. That's how he is. That's how he's always been. That's his personality. He is a leader. Liberia needs a leader and a manager at this point. We don't need a loud talking. We don't need that at the moment. So those of y'all who are looking for that kind of candidate, you're not going to find that in a Mr. Cummings. Instead, you should listen to what he is saying and what he's going to do for Liberia and his plan. This is the only candidate out here working so hard. Him and his running mate working so hard, going from radio station to radio station, meeting the people in the villages, a big crowd, small crowds, on Facebook Lives. These people are working from day one. They've been working. And I don't know why people are saying that they're not doing enough, but fine, y'all want them to do more, they will meet the challenge to do more. They've always stepped up to it, and they will continue to do it. Mr. Cummings, CPP is a better choice for Liberia moving forward. And anybody who don't see that at this point, you're just an enemy of progress for Liberia. And in the comment section, if you come at me, I will come at you harder, because this is a competition. I'm not here to make friends with anybody. Don't get in my inbox after we go off of these lives and try to be my friend afterwards, because I'm not doing that anymore. Thank you so much, Sekou.
Thank you, Gina, and thank you for all you do. Let's go to the line here. This is 651 number, last 4 digits 7671. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, Sekou. My name is Jack. I'm calling from Minnesota.
Go ahead, quickly.
Thank you. Thank you for the show. Your analysis was good. I understand what Mr. Bullock came from. He made his point, and I appreciate his point. But I think that speech was to the point. Mr. Cummings touched everywhere that he's supposed to touch in his speech. I think it was good. And to the caller before the last caller, you see how ignorant have discussed. That have destroyed Liberia. For a man that traveled from Africa to come to the United States. Imagine those are the guys that actually call people back home and get them and talking to them. My brother, anything you say, you call your people back home just now, you tell them, my brother, they believe you, they listen to you. When you start filling them with nonsense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You filling them with nonsense? It's sad. It's sad, but thank you, Sekou. We appreciate it. I know I inbox you. I inbox you about some situation in Liberia, like about George. We are guys paying people $50, $50 United States dollars to buy their how you call it photo card. And they went to one of my sisters, so she just brought it to my attention. I said, okay, I think I should discuss this thing to Sekou and to Sekou, because they teach photo education too. So
you should message me after the show, so I will find it, because I got a lot of messages coming into my inbox, please.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you so much, Sekou. I appreciate it.
No problem, anytime. So we have about 3 minutes in Liberia. I think Mabon is about to. Mabon, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm getting you loud and clear.
Okay. I'll take the last call before we leave the radio. Let me take this caller. Caller 401 number 89662. Hello.
Yeah, my name is Eli. I'm calling from Providence, Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Sekou?
I'm doing great. Go ahead quickly before I want to put a year in Liberia on the radio before we go.
Yes. I called because the caller before this caller. He don't want motivated me to call. He's saying that Cummings did not make sense. What our future leaders in Liberia, they are against the drugs, and he's saying that he'll go after those that making our future leaders to die from drugs and to be so close. He couldn't even understand the own statement you are making. So you want us to re-elect George Weah under his regime. George has taken over Liberia, not under Monrovia. Every household in Liberia have a logo. All right? So we should re-elect George Weah. When our children, when our women and men are getting messy every day, they're killing their innocent blood have been shed every day in Liberia. So they're crying. They can't even get a result of their people that have been slaughtered in Liberia. Is that the kind of man you want us to re-elect? Besides, the property, besides not taking care of human life, and it's not value anymore. Is that the kind of man you want us to re-elect? You can't even come out to defend your own citizen? I'm just surprised at some people, but Mr. Cummings is the man for that country. And I pray that he win that election to turn our country, it's a good country, a decent country that other countries around will respect us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So that will do it for Liberia. We just stay here. We'll continue with the show. We'll take more call on the radio, but the radio is leaving now. Mabel, anything before you leave?
Thank you so much, Sekou. All I can say is thanks to all of our followers, our viewers, those of you that please, yes, no matter what happened, Liberians keep voting. And, that's one of the best things to do is to go to the process and vote. So all of us, we just got to computerize the minds of the people as to how to go about to vote. But sometimes, too, we shouldn't shift all the blames on the people 100% that they are the cause of all these things that are happening because maybe they wrongly vote. Sometimes the people that they vote for, the people sometimes they change gear, sometimes when they take power. So please, all I can say is let's keep loving our people and let's keep opening their mind for them to do the right thing. Thank you to all of you. Sekou, I catch you when I catch you. And that will be...
Yeah, man. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow, Mabel. Thank you so much, and my regards to everybody in studio. So, folks, we'll continue with the show on this side here. We are still live on YouTube. We are on SKTV Live. We're on SKTV. We are on Instagram. So you want to catch us anywhere else besides Truth FM, we are still live. So this name, what is the name again? Breakable Power. Breakable Power. Your name itself tells it all. Your name tells us everything. I said, it doesn't matter who you support. It doesn't matter who you want to vote for. But sometimes your approach to the issues, your understanding of the issues, the way you present yourself says a lot about you and your understanding of politics. Not because you support George Weah and you should be dismissive of every good thing that comes from the opponent, or you should be dismissive and disrespectful. You coming to say or making comparison between Mr. Cummings mentioning his voice, referencing him, about one little girl in a town. I don't know. I hope you're okay. And I pray for you that you'll be okay. But the way you sound, it doesn't seem to me that you are. No insult, no disrespect. But I think something is not right. Honestly speaking, even George Weah himself knows that Cummings is able, knows Cummings is capable, knows that Cummings has the technical know-how and the understanding of the challenges Liberia faces as a nation. But honestly speaking, some of you people, when you talk, to be honest, I can just be confused. To be honest. And sometimes, I've said this before, sometimes when some people comment on my page or on some of my posts, I can click their picture click their profile, see some of their pictures, see some of their posting before I can even react to them. Some of them, when you see some of them are malnourished kids that don't even know what they're talking about, that are fortunate to just be on Facebook. They will insult or say anything they want to say. Some of them, when you see them, they are in trucks. And when they are in the truck, they will say anything. And some of these people, you can think they're in America, but they're so intelligent and sound-minded children in Liberia. They can think better. They can read between the lines and understand the importance of what the people are going through. You know, when you're in Liberia or in Africa as a whole, some people in Africa believe or think that when you are in the Western world, you're better than them. You know, some people, let me tell you something today. I want you to observe this. There are a lot of mentally challenged people in Liberia and in Africa. But because of the situation, because of the way everybody's suffering, everybody's struggling, things are going bad with everybody, and people are not being given the opportunity, you think they're okay. But when you bring them to America, they think you know that they are mentally challenged. Seriously speaking. There are a lot of people in Africa, when you think they're okay, but when you come here, you experience life, you interact with different people from all walks of life, and when you listen to some of them, you can say, I thought this person was smart, but no, I was wrong. Believe me, this is real. There are people in Africa, in Liberia, they marry, they get a wife. But when they come here, when they move in a country like America, the family will scatter all over the place. You know what? Some of them, they're not correct. The brain is not correct at all. But in Liberia, we think they're okay. There are a lot of people like that. It's like when you come here, you spend most of your life here, you work with professionals, you listen to intelligent people, you work with a lot of different people, the way people behave, the way they approach you, the way they talk to you, the way they respect you. And then you go, you listen to some people that people are present in Liberia. Oh, they might administer this, they want this. When they come to your presence, when you see them, when you listen to them, you can be asking yourself, so that's true that these people that represent the oil in Liberia, these are the people that are really leading us in our country? You feel sorry for yourself. You feel sorry for your country. For example, listen to the interview of George Weah on BBC. Listen to George Weah interview with other foreign journalists, where he talk about privatization, this one. When you listen to him, you go play that to other countries, say this is the president of a nation, they will laugh at you. When you listen to George Weah interview, talking about scarcity and the rice price and the right price and this and that, when you listen to him, that the man is the president of a nation, you will ask yourself, you will be ashamed of your country. I know some of you have listened to this interview I'm talking about. When you talk about privatization, when we talk about this transaction, all kind of things. When you talk about all about the privatization, Ego. Go see all Liberia. Okay, these are the kind of people they got who you're listening to. Those are the people that can be that they got a plenty. and they follow. And they say, do not underestimate the power of stupid people when they're in good number. This guy who's just talking, he's not alone. Plenty on anything like this. That's why some of them you will see them say, come on, will not be anything like bro, man. And you say, why? Is it because the man knew? Come on, will not be anything like bro, man. You say, why? Because the man used to say Coca-Cola. Some of them things there when they say Cummings work for Coca-Cola, some of them things say that pack up in Coca-Cola factory right there when you leave really going to Bambakle. The thing that Coca-Cola factory there where they make and put Coca-Cola in the wheelbarrow to sell. That's how some of them think. That is the mental state. That is the mental capacity of some of these people. They know nothing. They understand nothing. This one in America is thinking like this now. Then tell me about this man in Liberia, bro. Tell me about this guy now in Liberia. I'm sorry, Mr. I don't know what kind of power he needs there. I don't know, breakable or unbreakable. Breakable or unbreakable power, whatever your need is. He's not alone. He's not alone, trust me. And they got plenty of them like that in Liberia. Some of them in position. You listen to the other one that day. The one they call representative. He being representative for how long? That crazy guy, I don't know what kind of district he's from. Thomas, what he said? I forgot the guy's name, man. The crazy guy, the crazy representative. I'm talking about the CP. I'm talking about the opposition. I'm talking about the CDC, one stupid guy, crazy opposition. I'm representative. Hey man, where is he? Solomon George. Solomon George does not understand what they call legislation. He has no idea, has no clue, nothing. And besides even being ignorant, besides being an idiot, he is mentally deranged. The guy went and looked at the president, tell the president, we have just made me representative, just made me police director for 1 week or for 24 hours. A lot of people got missing. A representative saying that he will kill people. Anybody that will go against his president, he will kill you. Amen. Those are the people that have been serving as representatives for our country for years, taking taxpayer money, mentally deranged people. Look at Akala Gray. The only reason that Akala Gray can sometimes talk like good human being because he went to school. But that one, that high class Zogo. High class Zogo. But those are the one boasting. Say they represent Liberia. So now when I see someone then dress up, going to other countries, say they're going to go represent Liberia, I can be holding my head. Hey, God. Save our country. It is embarrassing. It is embarrassing that people like that. The reason why I'm referencing these guys is because the kind of person that just spoke. That's why when anybody calls you on Facebook, anybody insult you on Facebook, anybody just go and be writing stupid stuff under your comment, don't just be emotional and respond to some of them. Go and click on them. First, you will know whether they're fake name. Then you don't have to waste your time. You will not see anything good in there. You will see different kind of pictures, funny things. Then they're fake. Don't worry about them. But some of them, if they are actual human beings, just follow them. Follow their posts, follow their pictures, follow where they live, follow who they affiliate with. So some of them, you will feel sorry for them. You will not even worry about whatever they say to you. You will sorrow for them. Either you sorrow for their mental state, you sorrow for their lifestyle. Some of them, they're not eating. We see some of them, they got the right to be angry. If you do nothing to them, they can just come and start cursing you because you're already angry by themselves without you doing anything to them. By seeing you dressed up alone, by seeing you looking presentable, by seeing you looking good, they get angry about that because their own condition, they're not satisfied. And they are embedding, they are enabling the same condition they are in. But they hold you responsible. That was someone when you call. The first thing you hear from them, you're saying in America there, they're not worrying about their condition. They are jealous and envy for the fact that you are in America and they are in Liberia. As if you don't want to tell them or tell God, say, don't bring the people into America. They are mad, they're angry for the fact that you are here and you're talking in the Liberian politics. Whether you're talking for them, whether you're talking to help them, whether you better their condition, whether you want their condition to be improved, they don't worry about it. They get angry for the fact that you are here. And some of y'all, you're saying America there, you're Kenya, we're not alive. So now, lawmakers and other politicians who've been in America that have lived here, they know how human beings are supposed to live. They know how people have conditions supposed to improve. They know that, but they are taking advantage of those people, those angry people, those people who jealous and envy you because you're living a better life. They hold you responsible for their own life, forgetting for themselves that they are enabling the life that they live in by sucking up to those crooks and corrupt-minded people, by electing those people over and over. Where in the world you or any intelligent people will go and vote for people like Solomon George? The man doesn't even know what he's talking about. And the man that went and sat in the House of Representatives, he said, all of you in the play, all of you get small opinion. The guy said, you saw that famous video? It was Solomon George who said, all the people that in the House of Representatives, they all get small opinion. That they put in. He's one of the longest serving. Hey, Liberia. You're one of the longest serving representative. Yeah. When you look at a color grade, when you finish taking a kinju, you finish burning all over his mouth. Because he's a general. Yeah, I'm the general. Our life depends on it here. Our life depends on Jowia's presidency. We will defend it with our soul and blood. Because people like Alagreda will never be elected in any good country by any good thinking people. But those men, they're riding on Jowia. Because they know without Jowia, they're nobody. And they don't want to keep riding on Jowia popularity. So they believe if Jowia is removed from power, their political life is done. They are nothing without Jowia. That the same problem suffering the United Party people. Besides Joseph Nima Boakai, there's nobody there. Nobody else. So even the man in his grave, they will still say that he made their president because nobody else is there. And that has been the politics of Liberia. When somebody is running for president, when somebody is a political leader, everything of that party everything of that institution live and die with that individual. You saw it. Just him, I don't know, Cassell, may so rest in peace. Dr. Cassell that passed away. The man passed away less than few months. The party is gone. The party is gone. And that man going to be living today. That man will be talking about that man being in a second or third place in the politics. Because number one, that guy was ready to spend his money. He was ready to do everything. He was desperate to get what he wanted to get, especially the presidency. Imagine somebody signing contract, $50,000 or $100,000 contract with Costa just to promote his platform. In a short period of time, the man no one carry a helicopter in Labrador to go campaign. People knew that guy was ready. And Labrador people, they're easy to be fooled. But what I'm trying to say is that when people are in leadership in Liberia, they don't grow leaders. They want everybody to remain stupid so they can manipulate everybody and be the king. So when they are not there, nobody else. That's what Ellen wanted to do while he was president. She tried to grow a lot of young people, the likes of Amara Kone, Augustine Gafuan, and many others, to grow them, to make them leaders. When she is not there, they can stay, maintain some level of leadership. But when Joseph Parker took over, they kicked all those people away. That's why the Unity Party now too with nobody. That Joe Lobo there, Mo Ali there, I'll consider the Unity to be president of our president. That's the problem. That's the problem. So what I'm trying to say in short, this guy who just called, the way he's thinking, that's how many of them can think. Simply because they don't support Cummings, they got to be dismissed. They got to be, they got to dismiss everything about him. They got to be disrespectful to him. They got to say all kind of things about him. That's why they think politics should be ran in Liberia. So when you are on the opposite of somebody, you should disrespect them. You should insult them. You should dismiss everything about them. Then, yeah, you are really supporting your party. Yeah, you are real partisan. Only God can save Liberia. And we that believe in a better Liberia, we got to stand up. Otherwise, we are losing the soul of Liberia. Believe me, if we don't stand up, we are losing the soul of Liberia. Imagine people like this serving our country. And this person, like somebody said, this person get families in that country. When you call, you tell them what to do. You will tell them how you feel about Cummings and other people. But the fact that he's in America, the people believe him. Oh, my brother told me, my brother living in America there. All they living there, he know them. He know the people there. They come people there. Come not know nothing. Oh. Come not got nothing. Oh. Come can't say nothing good. Oh. Hey man, I'm telling you, my brother told me, my brother in America there. Now knowing the brother is a non-entity, the brother is brain dead, that the brother has nothing, does not even understand what he's talking about. But because the brother is in America, the brother can send them $1 or $2. They believe him. They believe him. Hey, Liberia. I'm sorry for that, bro. Let me tell you the truth. Sometimes I can want to give up. But when I think about the challenges we are facing as people, I can just put all the frustration behind me and continue to fight, continue to educate, continue to talk to the Liberian people, continue to provide the facts to them. We are a country very old, but we are like cursed. Cummings say in his speech that with Liberia, we're not cursed. But what's going on? What is going on? We're the one, we are the example of all the bad things. You came at mine, you came apart, I will vote for you. Nobody has ever heard it in any country in the world. Nowhere. Even what George said, Donald Trump said, Donald Trump referred to Africa as shithole countries. We were the first people to say yes. Our country, Liberia, is number one shithole country. Do you know that there are people that you call intelligent people? There are people that you call leaders. Do you know they are the ones lying about Cummings? Let me tell you today, Cummings people, they are supporting Cummings in Grand Basel, in the CPP, in Charlie Bronski. You better take your people there. You'll go to the villages, to the towns and villages in Grand Basel. You better take Charlie Bronski and take her all the way to River's and other people in River's. You all talk about Bassa Belt, they're not Buchanan. Bassa Belt, they're everywhere in Grand Basel County and River's. The people complaining that since you say Charlie is there for the Bassa people, that you're not taking Charlie Bronski to them. They want to see Charlie Bronski in those trenches. They want to see her in River's. They want to talk to her. They want to see Cummings in River's with Charlie Bronski. They want to ask you a question. What Cummings is going to do for them? I'm telling you. Sometimes they will not call you, they will call me. They will ask me a lot of things. Some of them I don't have answer for them. If they're doing it, that's fine. If they're not doing it, you better start doing it now. They call me, they say, Charlie never been to River's. They say, Belonga and Charlie need to go to River's. To go to not only in the capital, but to go to some of the villages there. The people going there, they're lying. They're telling the people that say, you know, your church people there, your God people there, your Jesus people there, you'll give your life to Jesus Christ. And they meanwhile, they say Charlie is going to be vice president too. Say, man, I give you. You're going to vote for the mail. You'll vote for the mail, you'll be compromising. You're something. That's a lie they've been saying to the people. So you got to go there and tell the people, say they're not true. That they may a guy wife, that they may got children, they may got baby children, they may got grandchildren. That they may a godly man, they may that they're not gay, they may got nothing to do with gay thing. Not lie. You got to go there and tell them the people are lying on the man. They are doing it. They are doing it. Somebody called me, somebody sent me a video. He said some people then were speaking their dialect. They were telling bad thing about Cummings. And when they say it, So nobody will be there to tell them anything that lie. Some of the people there, they say they won't vote for Cummings because of Charlie. But all of them say, no, we're not doing it. The man want to encourage your children for men to be married to other men. This man say will be the lawyer, the Lord that will make it. They lie on the man every day. Me, when I come here, I can just tell you the truth. I don't really care who you support. But let's open a level playing field. Let's campaign on substance. Let's campaign on issues. Let's campaign on the fact that this person get this to offer to Liberia and the Liberian people. This person has a record of accomplishing X, Y, and Z. This person had the opportunity, they did nothing for Liberia. This person did this, person did this, person. But lying and lies are something that if you don't go and debunk it, if you don't go and refute the lies and present the fact to the people, whatever they have available to them, they will believe it. I'm telling you, they are lying on the man. And some people believe in it. I just told you about River Says, right? I told you of Obasa. Somebody also called me from Kakata. The Seku. That in fact, that person called me, the Seku. Me, I know you supporting Cummings. I said, no. I said, what happened? I said, I'm supporting Cummings. He said, no, Seku. I'm not a bad person. I just want to tell you something. I said, what do you want to tell me? I said, I'm not supporting Cummings. I said, maybe I say something there. Some Google thing that Cummings represent. That's why you think I'm supporting Cummings. I said, but I'm not supporting Cummings. The boy said, okay, listen to me. Let me tell you what I'll tell you. I said, go ahead. The person says, Seku, there are people there that have been going around in the village. They're lying to our people there. He said, some of the Photoshop, some of the la picture that they can put there. Sometimes they will put Cummings picture, Cummings hair on one girl with a lapper. They put Cummings hair on it. In the nightclub, they say that Cummings here. And they put it in the village. They don't even know what is called Photoshop. They can say, yeah, I saw the man picture myself. I saw it. That's true. I saw a lapper on the man. Amen. These people are wicked. These people are wicked set of people. Because of politics, they can kill human beings. Because of politics, they can lie on people. Because of politics, they will do anything and everything they can. And to counter it, you have to go everywhere they go. If you go beyond, it's in Madingo, that when you and blind men dancing on the stage, when they hate you, you got to hate them back. So they will know they are not alone. That they are not alone on the stage. You don't have to go lie on them. But everywhere they go, you go there too and tell the people, say they are liars. You educate the people as to who this man is. You educate the people as to what this man can do for them. You educate the people about what this man is planning to change their life. You sit down there, oh, waiting for the campaign to start. Oh, we not get resources. Oh, we not get money. Where you will get money now? The people that don't get money, people that are broke, they go into the trenches. They go into all the bad place. Bad roads. Some of them they can walk. Some of them they will go on motorbike. They pay people to go on motorbike. Just to go lie to the people in the village. We just saying now they say you don't got money. You say now say, you know, the people that human being to the people can get tired. I don't want to get tired. If you're getting tired, then I hear it. Whatever you see, then I hear it. The people are wicked. Amen. I know some of the things I'm telling you, man. I've seen this before. People send me recording of people lying. In fact, some people, when they created this about a guy who was running for representative, that the guy wanted to rape a girl, that the girl recorded the guy. They sent me recording. They sent me recording like only the lady talking. But the guy who they are alleging that this is the man's voice, the man is not saying anything. The man not saying anything that you can actually take from there. But the lady is saying, oh, don't do this to me. She will be acting like somebody actually trying to rape her. But the person that they're accusing said that this is the person's voice. It's not the person's voice. So they give it to one of my boys to send it to me, calling the man names to me. That the man is rapish. The man is this. The man wanted to rape a girl in this place. They did this, they did that. I listened to it. I told them, say, don't never send me the kind of audio again. I say it's a lie. I say it's a lie. I said, this is fake. Same thing. They sent me a recording from the border in Ivory Coast. Those people, that one, they were lying on the government people. They were lying actually on Jefferson Koji. They created certain thing. The Jefferson Koji and whoever were doing whatever was on a fake recording. And I told them, don't never send me stuff like that anymore. Not because I can criticize the government, they will just accept anything just to say bad thing about the government. I don't do that. Not because I can criticize Joseph Nima Boakai, you will not send me just anything for me to just go and talk bad about Boakai. I don't do that. Whether I criticize you, whether I say good thing about you, I will say things about you based on fact, not fabrication. But these people, they are so dangerous. Look at the other one. Say, I don't believe. Just say she's important. She, I don't believe you. It isn't me, I'm talking for you. I don't believe you. You're not here. So you believe me, not believe me, come on, Ikati. I don't care. I'm speaking to the good people and the right people. And people that got sense. So, in short, these people and the people that are doing it, they are supporters of Joseph Nima Boakai that are going around. They started with this issue of Congo and native lies. When we ponder on them on tribalism, they try to change the tactics. Don't think because they're not talking about the gay thing on radio, but they are going around from town to town, village to village, lying that if Cummings is elected, Cummings will introduce gay business in Liberia. That Cummings will make the children to be married to men, from men to marry to men, woman to marry to woman. They're telling the people in there. They tell the people, say, oh, you know, Liberia was created on Christian principle, and they may, yeah, do the one they may. They are lying. But there are people that have been going out of their way to debunk the lies. But they feel like they don't have enough resources to reach out to everywhere these people are going. And some of them, they really, really want Cummings or people close to Cummings to go to those areas to talk to the people directly. They are wicked set of people, my people. You must be afraid of these people. You got to fight them. When somebody is wicked, you got to fight them. You got to take the fight to them. That's why you can say Sekou is tolerant, Sekou is this, Sekou is that. But when you fight me, I can fight you past the way you want to fight me. When you give me one blow, I want to give you 10 blows. If you shoot me with AK-47, I want to shoot you with my RPG. I want to destroy you. That's why you don't fight me. Anybody fight me, just be ready. If you think you're bad, I will be bad more than you. Yo, let me tell you, that's just me. I'm a Madingo man. I'm a Muslim man. I don't cause no harm. I harbor no evil, no envy, nobody. I got nothing against anybody. I will be honest with you and tell you the truth how I feel. But if you want to take a fight to me, I will fight you with everything I got. You either survive it or I finish you. Somebody want to fight you, fight them. You want to play safe? You're here with Lisa. Yashini is on the line. Yashini, how you doing?
I'm good, Sekou. I wanted to say something to what you just said. Thank you so much. I wanted to call earlier about my school and my work, so I could not call since I just closed my door to talk to you. Yes, everything you're saying is true, especially about they're going from door to door, villages to villages, talking about you're Christian, you're this, you're that. The men want to introduce gay. But under the UP government, there was a lot of rape of boys. Men were subjected to keep their job, to sleep with other men, or to get scholarship. Young boys were being dropped to sleep around with other people. And besides, this government, in the month of April, we have sent his foreign minister coming out to go and endorse the gay right bill that all the other nations, African nations, Ghana, Kenya, all of those people objected to. We are going to endorse it. Okay, so what are they saying? Where is already working on that? So why is that a Cummings? And we need to go out and tell the people, I said, Mr. Cummings said, we leverage technology. What I'm telling them is, since you have the technology, we have the technology available, so many people don't even have to talk. When they go, they say one or two things, play Mr. Cummings' video, what Mr. Cummings has done, what Mr. Cummings will do. Bring the people together, get the young people out there. In America, the way we're able to change this country to get a black man elected, that were not the big people, were not the big mean people. It was the children. It was the college students. It were the people under 30. In fact, our campaign leader were under 30 during the Obama. The David Asheworth and all of those people named you call, they were the ones who were bringing in the money. They were not the ones taking the money. And that's what we need to do. But this election is for all of us, Sekou. Thank you for what you do. I know sometimes you can put it out there like you did today. Sometimes my head gets frustrated. I think later you see I'm a little bit calm because I have to be going back and forth to the hospital. My nerves were getting bad, okay? And I have to live through this election. So I'm a little bit calm. You don't hear too much like I used to. I have to stay calm to be able to cross this 76 days that is left. So, like the guy who called earlier and talked about Mr. Cummings. You see, some of these people, Sekou, they never thought they would go anywhere. Now that they're in America, now they're the one people looking up to. So they have low self-esteem. They don't want the competition. If the people in Liberia get an opportunity where they can work, where they will not need it anymore, where they will not look up to them, then they're competition. And that's what they're afraid of. Okay? To say, and you say, I will not be anything yummy here in America. America and I, we can never be so comfortable here. Liberia is our home. And we have a responsibility. Liberia help Ghana get our independence, help Nigeria get our independence, help South Africa get our independence. Sign the compromise at the United Nations for Israel to be funded. What are we doing? America, the black people in Liberia got their independence before the black people in America. 1822, they were already in Liberia. 1847, they got an independence. The emancipation of slaves, they were not even rectified till all the way later. Even when they were, there was so much hindrance or hindrance. So, Sekou, I will call to encourage you, encourage our people too. I beg you, and you're doing that. Thank you. This is our election. This is for us. This is our independence. This is our true independence to put Liberia on the path that we all can be dignified. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, yes, there are people who are honest. but they are not talking. From the other side, they are honest, but they are not saying anything. They know the truth. But I will not even engage in a tit for tat to justify as to who is encouraging or who is not encouraging the gazing in Liberia. If I were Mr. Cummings or Cummings' supporters, is to tell the people that whatever they are saying is a lie. I know Cummings have done it over and over on media, on many social media platforms, on radio, but the people who don't have access to radio, people who don't watch Facebook, people then living in the hinterland, they don't watch all the things we are saying. People walking to go to them, people riding motorbus to go to them, people using canoe to cross rivers, to cross creeks, to go to those people, to go tell them lies. To go tell them lies. And the same thing, you can do it too. They are Liberian, you are Liberian. They have access, you have access. If you say the road is bad, they can go there, they see where they can get there like that. If they can walk to go there, walk and go there if you are serious. If they can use motorbike to go there, use the motorbike to go there if you are serious, if you want to win. If they can use canoe to cross the river just to go lie, use the same canoe and go and tell the truth. We say the people not got money, but the people got money to pay their way to go lie. You say the people not got money, they got the money to get money to pay motorbike to go and go lie. They didn't get money, but they can pay for the canoe to go and go lie. You that say you get money, you're raising funds every day to help your campaign, you're going to use that same money and reach out. The one that can listen to radio, you'll make sure you're on the radio every day to debunk the lies and present the case to the people. You'll use the money. If you don't get a car, you use motorbike to go to those places and go tell them the truth. If you're asleep, some of these lies, when they put it in people's ear and they don't get the other side of the story, they will believe it. It will cost you a lot. I just wanted to say this. The people are not sincere. The people, they are evil. They are very bad. They are wicked. They don't discuss politics. They don't discuss policy. They don't discuss issue. They traffic in lies and deception. They don't want change. They're telling people, say, if that's the case, let Joe stay there. They're telling people, if that's the case, they can't vote for Joe Parker, let Joe stay there. But they all men, why I say, young one? When you vote for the man can bring all the people in from America. Your children that go to school, they will not get a job. The man will bring all the people in from America. That's why Cummings' speech today, he talked about they will employ Liberians. He will create jobs for Liberians from all walks of life, regardless of your country, regardless of your tribe, regardless of your political party. There where it came from. Cummings hearing the message. And the people are lying. They're telling the people in the village, oh, they mayor from America, oh, all the men supporter them, they in America. You vote for the man, and you see, the men out there, Charlie. That's also queer people now, oh. The people there, that's also both people there. Your children are here, they will not get a job. When they come, they will bring all the people there from America, they can't get a job. All your children, they go to school for nothing, they will not get a job to do. I'm telling you, those are the lies and fabrications that they are carrying around. I will leave it there for today. We'll be here tomorrow. But that country, We have a long way to go. Before I go, let me make sure. I want to make sure if anybody supports us today, so that way I will not go without acknowledging you. Okay. Just making sure, folks. I want to make sure that we. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. I did not see anything to announce. I know some of you support us every day. If you don't do it today, you can do it next time. But the fact that you are here, staying with us for 2 hours, 45 minutes, it means a lot to us. That is a major support. We have consistent followers that are always here with us every day. And any day we come on, we appreciate it. We'll be here tomorrow. We love you. You have a wonderful day. And they get here call Helena Flomo. The war where you must say, can we start? Can't talk about say, I don't believe you. I expect you to believe me. you who can laugh, you on your knee, change your knee just because you want to talk some good thing about Bakai. Jowiya, you stop it. I like you though. I like the fact that you support us. You know, you here every day, participate in the conversation, you share the show. Even though we are I don't know you are here or CDC, whatever you are, we love everybody. We love your contributions. We love your calls, sharing the show, everything people do. We love it. We're not going to all agree on one thing, but let's just be civil and respectful to each other. Other than that, nothing else. We're all friends. We're brothers and sisters. We're all family. We are SKTV. We love all our people. Even though there are certain people we love more than the other people, because people that support us every day, we love them now. I don't want to call all the names because a lot of people that will not be able to call them, so I will not call names. But you know yourself, people that are considered as our key supporters, people that Steve considered as stakeholders, they are here. When I start calling Nina, I'll be jumping on Nina and then I'll be in trouble. But trust me, I love you, all of you. I love all of you. Believe me. Even though I love my Oma, everybody. My Oma is here. I'm not going to call him because I got plenty of Oma there. But the Oma that I know I love her more, she knows. She knows very well. Yeah. Some of them, I call them my wife. Some of them, I call them my girlfriend. Some of them, I call them my sister. Some of them, I call them my Oma. But I love all of you. All those things just so inject some sense of humor in our relationship. We're all friends. We're all brothers and sisters. We're all family. We will not agree every day. Sometimes you will step on my toes. Sometimes I will step on your toes. We got to move on. Like yesterday, one of the sisters stepped on my toe yesterday, and I addressed her. And then now she went crying that, Sekou attacked me. Sekou. No, I did not attack you. I just tried to set the record straight because you tried to, question my credibility and the credibility of my platform. And it is incumbent upon me to defend my credibility, my integrity, and the integrity of our platform. Yeah, but Tiola got angry yesterday. She crying, I insulted, I disrespected. Tiola, sorry. You're all my girls, man. But do not challenge or try to question my credibility. SKTV will never lie. We never talk about anything we don't know. But, she was angry. And me, when it comes to females, I respect them. I love you guys because I love my mom. I love my sisters. So I treat all of you with utmost respect. But when you step on my toe, I will set the record straight. Yeah, but I understand that you're like so mad. Somebody called me and said, Sekou, Tiola, you know, she's so angry. She said she will not come on the show again. She said if you insulted her, you disrespected her. I said, no, I did not. But because she's a female, and I'm the big brother, I'm the husband, I'm the man, I will take responsibility. Tiola, sorry, yeah? Sorry, Mama. Yeah. One of my friends even called me and said, man, you got to call the guy and apologize to her. I said, no, I'm not going to apologize to her. Since we discussed it on the platform or talking on the platform, Tiola, sorry, Mama. Don't be mad. But next time, if you disagree with me, you know, sometimes you can embarrass me. If you don't understand certain things, I can tell you. But if you come to challenge my credibility, you know, in public, I have to make sure I set the record straight. But it was not meant to really insult you or to embarrass you. I don't do that. I love my sisters. Okay? So, Tiola, sorry, Mama. Sorry. We're not happy again, but make sure you don't step on your brother's toe again. you know I love you. I love all of my sisters. Okay? This is me. This is me. You know, look at Helena. Helena, you know, move on here, man. Look at you want me to apologize to you too? See that. What she call her? I don't know, Muna or Kadi. Something like lying. Helena can't post on a lion on her say yesterday. Steve said, let's you move for her, man. Now Helena flow. Yeah, but I mean, you guys are all my sisters. I don't really care who you support. But when you question my credibility, that hurts me because what sets SKTV apart from all other platforms is our integrity. Because nobody is yet, we have not seen anybody that have proven us wrong. Every information we have provided here have come to pass. So when somebody try to, disrespect us or try to question our credibility, we just have to set the record straight. But it is not in any way means that we try to, disrespect her. I have been a big advocate for people to respect women, to respect our sisters, to talk to them in a softer tone. And they said I didn't even insult her. I didn't say anything bad to her, but she felt offended by it because she's a female. And I'm a big advocate for our brothers to be respectful to girls and ladies, our mothers. I don't want to be the one to, to hurt them. Sorry, sweetheart. We love you. We love all of you. So that tomorrow we'll be here. Let me play some song. So y'all go tell my sister, say sorry. Because two of my brothers called me yesterday and today. They say, this is bad. This is good. No. Look at you. See somebody say she must go sleep. You let fire business. Yeah, Mustafa say she must go there to go sleep. No. My sister now. Let me tell you something. If a woman insults you, we insult, but they will say that guy is rude. Right? I'm not saying that she insulted me. I'm just saying something. So the addressing there is different. Even a woman slap you when you pay her there, they say the man was aggressive. Look at a woman. But again, our sister there. We got to be nice to them. What Vasco say, man? Vasco is here. We'll go rest. You better move on here. Vasco too. That one of the big citizens who will do anything or say anything just because of your Vasco, you're a brother, I know. You've been around SKTV for a long time too. And I respect you. And I love you as a brother. Trust me. I love all my people there. Some of them, they can't stand SKTV or they can't leave us. Even President, where is that? The president, They feel like SKTV can be against them, but President can never stay away from SKTV. I can tell you 100% President can watch SKTV many, many times. Yes. They can't stand up, but they can't leave us alone. They have to be here. Because they know we are authentic. They know we speak the truth. Even yesterday, me and some communist people, they were fighting. Some of them were insulting me. Some of them came to my in-blacks. Shaku, you days, don't be talking about the kind of thing. About my platform, and now communist platform. Platform, and ANC platform. Then I CPP platform, that liberal platform. We can talk through with anybody. That's why you got to fix it indoor. If you can't fix it indoor, we'll bring you to public. So you got to fix it. Yeah. Now, hey, my people, look at the other one. Community got money to spread out all over the place. The community got money to spread out all over the place. Then by now, community finish buying all the voting cards that CDC buying. Community don't even got money to buy voting card. Community say he's making a case. He say he's not buying no voting card from anybody. You make the case to tell you what you can do to change your life. If you want to go for $20 versus changing your whole life, it's up to you. So, yeah, good night. I want to play this my song here that I love. The song I talk about Badenya. Badenya in Madingo. Go ask your Madingo friend and I'll tell you what Badenya means. That's my lovely song. Listen to it and enjoy it.
Luti ke baba Korea ay ramina la de maya de labi Luti ke baba Korea ba ay ramina la de maya de labi Kwani saya ramita la na te diara lumi hallelujah gigi ledi Saya ramita la na te diara lumi hallelujah gigi ledi Dunia ni aligia mate atunya loro awakabade ya buyasina Imae kono ya gikela yiri bolonnedi yiri temo gigi didioro sobo ya gikela ula baledi ula temo gigi difa moni fi ya gikela wolo dennedi deye mo gigi ledi dunia ni haligi amata tuyandoro anyi silama de yarina dunia Timiri isorotu mama inani fali mabubula Timiri moya tu mama irakili lagi mademe naye Timiri koroya tu mama ibade bandu gimadila ikanagina ila bango koni jomi la balo bane yale mama demena Koba savali dunyaro Woli ebade ya do salale Koba savali dunyaro Woli ebade ya do tununale Mosoko Nima nyumba soro ebade ya do salale Nafuluko Nima kenkilila ebade ya do tununale Duko kuma Naluma ke konya adala bankele mauba ke bedi warangini awutumangi kabade ya bunya sinebi Ima eladi ya kabulo diako Koni beni lodia le badengaro Sidi akabo lodia ko Koni beni lodia le badengaro Badengato no kabo Badengakadi Kasilang badengani na illa Anye badenya buya sine Tonya e badenya le rokafo Anye badenya buya Ala yere badenya le fe Kabadenya buya sine Moya e badenya le rotonya Anye badenya buya Mo bade bali mademena Na monifia e sababu le kone kele ni fora na jonye kele lagine kalula karifala dutuna kele sangara kalula karifala kumani kuna kalula karifala tununa kukumani bantama nyani ni kama siga fadi maduzula de suma worokande love mbedi la londo singani ke modenke yazana kuruma denke Kamara muso sabakele Gelike mo kantefa Mbalu kantefa Feremba kantefa Ila kele Tunya fola lukara mo ni papa di kele Kukumani bantamba Nyani kama siga Fadima duzula de sumauro Ibe makiba Bila silalima Kwani mana mo kana ben silado Kwani na sumauro Ila o papa ila Setana vamo milo kujukela ibade mala Setana wulila yarabila bade nyale tunya bade nyala fisa bade mo bade bali ma demena